Hi, and welcome to the Guardian Way. Today's episode 97, we're going to talk about private security patrol services and the benefits and the challenges associated with that service that private security companies can provide. Our co-host and producer for the series, of course, is Garrett Thomas, the founder of Guardian Protection Force. Good morning, Garrett.
Good morning.
Hey, Garrett, when we were putting this together, you had some great thoughts about, maybe what we should do is just give people a real world, look at some of the
Mhm.
things you've encountered over your years of experience with these private patrols and some of the challenges with some of the different unique clients. So why don't you just do a little walkthrough on some of your experiences so our audience can get a better understanding of this type of security service?
Yeah, the number one benefit of it is that it's a cost-effective security solution. And then, the biggest challenge to it is you have to have realistic expectations of it. Unless you're talking about a designated patrol, that's different. But traditional patrol services in the security industry, where they're going at a random patrol, checking up on a property, checking doors, locks, windows, things like that, and then leaving, coming back at a different time, you have to have realistic expectations in your issues and your solutions. So for some properties, this is a phenomenal benefit, and it works perfect for them. For other clients that may have a higher level of security needs, a very consistent security presence is needed, then they might need to look into a stationary type of position where you have a fixed guard for a certain period of time. So I always explain to clients, I ask them, what kind of issues they're having, and and how many of those issues they're having before I recommend patrol. But for example, a commercial property that is usually open during business hours and they need eyes on it at night, this usually works very good. When they have vagrant people who are coming on and camping in the middle of the night, and they don't want them there, this is a good solution for that. They can go ahead and remove those individuals who aren't supposed to be there. And then when you show up in the morning to conduct business, you don't have people camping on your front doorsteps.
Garrett, let me break in here and just ask you one quick question, because I think this would be really important to our audiences. In all your years of experience, what type for private patrol services, what type of industries or businesses have you found that had the biggest amount of challenges or situations that clearly would be able to really benefit from patrol services? What kind of businesses
Yeah.
primarily?
Property management companies, office, commercial settings. These are some of the biggest benefactors to this type of service. Some of the types of businesses maybe it wouldn't work is like a 24/7 operation. Let's say you have a warehouse with employees that are operating 24/7 in manufacturing and things like this. You might have some more internal issues that are going on. You need eyes on employees and challenges such as access controls and things like this. Then that might not work for you. But in the previous type of services or businesses, it would work very well for them.
That's great. Well, listen, Garrett, why don't we wrap this episode up today? Talk to us a little about some of the other security along with the private patrol services
Mhm.
that Guardian Protection Force can provide. And then you can sign us off to our audience, because we've got another great episode coming up next week.
Yeah, so no fee site assessment for your first one. We always encourage everybody to call. Workplace violence prevention development. If you're in California, is now a demand of the state that you have this done. We have AI camera systems available, guard and patrol services, security operations plans and assessments, contentious termination services, and executive protection. Well, until next time, stay safe, and we'll see you then.